Hello, my friends. This is Maggie. Thank you for stopping by to see me today. I really do appreciate that, and I'm happy for your company. Today, I'm going to be making some hidden paper clips. I need some. I don't have any in my stash, and when I need one, I'm always like, oh, I gotta make a hidden paper clip. So I decided just to go ahead and make a few of them so I can put them aside and have them when I need them. So there's a couple of different ways that I make my hidden paper clips, and I'm going to do it both ways today. This one is just taking a 11 or 12 inch piece of paper, about 2 to 3 inches. This is 3 inches wide, and just folding it in such a way that your paper clip goes in this fold up here. And then you can decorate it on both sides. So I'm going to be making 1 or 2 of those, but I'm also going to be making them this style, which is very, very simple and straightforward. When I started this, I started to make these, and I was not taping. So I thought I would go ahead and show this to you. This is one like this, only it's bigger. And I saw something on a video that I thought, oh, I've got to try that. I kind of like the way that is, because even if you do them like this, where your top piece is covered, now this doesn't have a top piece up here, so you can still see the paper clip, which is fine. Especially if you want to put a little dangle or something, on it. But this way, your paper clip is completely hidden. And this thing that I tried, I was watching a video this morning by Mindless Crafts, and the style of these paper clips were exactly how I make them, except she made a little tiny cut in up here at the top where the paper clip could go in, so that way there wasn't a lump up here. You didn't have a lot, you didn't have your folded paper, sticking up a lot or anything. And if you did it this way, your paper clip, rather than to have this up here, it would be hidden. So yeah, so this needs to be decorated, but the glue isn't dry yet. I put a little bit too much glue, I think, so I'm going to set that aside and we can decorate that. I have some papers cut out and some things ready to go. So let's just kind of get started and see what we can do. Okay, so I think I'm going to use this cardstock. It's a little bit heavier. And I'm going to just fold this. I'm not folding it all the way in half. I'm leaving one end slightly longer than the other end. Like that. Then I'm going to make a little slit, hopefully kind of in the middle. See if I can get this little knife to work. There. Okay. So this is not quite 3 inches wide. So I want this slit to be up here, and I want it to be as much of this as closely in the middle as I can. And as usual, I'm going to say, when I use this thing, I am not the best at it. It's not exactly that I'm afraid of it, I just can't seem to cut straight when I'm using it. This didn't want to go all the way through, so I'm going to... I don't think it's centered either. Pretty sure that went through. Okay. So this goes down in this little slit, like so. And try to center it the best you can. And then you just put a piece of paper over top that. What do I want to use? This is really kind of thin. These are kind of thin. I think I'm going to opt for something a little bit thicker. Let's set those aside. So maybe I'll go with this one. This is going to come around and I just want to make sure the paper clip is covered. Let me round these corners. Oh, there go the the lawn people again. I'll tell you, there's always something in this neighborhood doing something. This. I may not be talking a lot on this video. I'm just wanting to get as many of these done as I can. I mean, I'm not making a whole bunch of them, but I want to make a few. If you've never made hidden paper clips, they're very easy to make. They're fun. This little slit here I just made is not necessary. You can put your paper clip right over top of this. But I saw it and I wanted to try it and I like it, so that's how I'm going to do it. Because then I don't have that lump at the very top. Hidden paper clips are very versatile to use in your journals. You can use them as a bookmark, page decoration, to hold something in place that you don't want to glue down. I want to get this nice and snug. So yes, they're a good addition to your arsenal of little pieces of ephemera. Okay, I think I'm going to try to use our glitter glue if it will cooperate this morning, because I think that holds it a little bit better. So I'm working way down here. I like to put a lot of glue around the paper clip. That just helps to secure it in place. And then I'm going to glue this separate. It's a mistake I made on that other one I made. I just started putting the glue down. I had glue everywhere. So we're going to do it this way. I'm going to lay this on its side, hoping that it doesn't just all gush out. Put my little... Okay, so this is going to go down here, over here, over this other piece like this. And I'm trying to push it way down so that it's as flush as I can make it. When I first was making these, I would put double-sided tape and then glue over the double-sided tape. But I really don't think that that's necessary, especially now that I'm adding this little slit. The paper clip is pretty much going to stay in place regardless. Put some glue along there. So I hope that you're enjoying your weekend so far. Like I said, for me it still is Friday. Alright, so I'm going to set this over here again to dry good. You want to press down around that paper clip as good as you can. That will help keep it in place and make it more functional. Alright, so now I think I'll try one of these. Now this is 12 inches wide, and it's 12 inches long and 2.5 inches wide. And all I didn't fold it in half, but I folded it with one end shorter than the other end. And then I folded these ends up to meet at the top. And so you can see that leaves us with this. Now these don't have to be this long. Well, a lot depends on the size of paper clip that you're using as well. But you can pretty much make them any size you want as long as your paper clip fits into it. So I am going to round these corners. And if I wanted to, I could round the ones on the bottom as well. And I may just do that because I love the look of rounded corners. I do have some pieces on here to decorate these with. Now if I get the bases made up first, then we can try to decorate. If you want to just make up the bases and put them in your stash, you can always decorate them when you're actually ready to use them in a journal, because then you know how you want it to match. Now I am going to go ahead. I think these paper clips will fit. Yeah, they will. So I'm going to go ahead and put this slit in here, in this one as well. And like I said, this is a new addition. Excuse me, I got the hiccups. New addition to me. So I folded this not quite in half, but with one side longer. I rounded my corners because that's what I like to do. Then I folded the short side up to meet the top, and then the back side will come up and meet the top. And I'm going to put a little slit in the top of this. This way, if you want your paper clip to be a truly hidden paper clip, it will be, versus one sticking out like this. So let's see. Oops. I don't know why I can't get this to catch. This isn't right, but we're going to try our best. Alright, so I'm going to cut my slit right about here, minding my fingers so that I don't get them caught. And that should not go all the way through. Okay, that worked. And you just put your paper clip right in that little slit. I had hoped today to bring you another piece of ephemera, but I decided I needed hidden paper clips more. So we'll do that on another day. I'm hoping this weekend to get more work done in the nursing journal as well. And then Monday is Masterboard Monday, and we are going to be making a masterboard, but it's going to be all book pages. So I hope you'll join me for that video. If you're enjoying my videos, please like, leave me a comment so I can give you a shout out and let you know how much I appreciate you. And subscribe if you're so inclined. What YouTube really looks at, apparently from what I've been listening to and reading for a new YouTube channel, is they look for more than subscribers. They actually look for likes and comments. So the comments, for me, serve a dual purpose because I love to get them. They give me a lot of encouragement, moral support, if you would have it. And I just appreciate it so very much, the comments. And for whatever reason, I don't know the reason, YouTube looks at that and it helps in their algorithm, however that works. I'm sure it's all computerized to select which videos they're going to show to which group of people. So I hope that you will help me out by liking, give me a thumbs up, and then also leave me a little comment. Doesn't have to be much of a comment. Like I said, just tell me where you're from. I would really enjoy that. I would appreciate it so much because I know then that you have watched my video and that you liked it well enough to leave me a comment. I know people are busy and sometimes leaving comments are not, in your schedule, but leaving a like is good. Leaving me a thumbs up, I would appreciate. The only problem with just a thumbs up is I don't know who you are. I want to know. My daughter says I'm so nosy. She's always like, Mom, you're so nosy. I think I've just put too much glue here. And I said, no, I'm not nosy. I'm just curious. There's a difference, But she insists that I'm just plain nosy. So with this way here, if you wanted to, this could almost use just a drop more glue there. This way, if you wanted to, you wouldn't even really have to put another piece of paper over this to cover it unless you just felt like you needed to. You could just decorate this the way it is because your paper clip is perfectly hidden. You know, it's perfectly hidden, and it works great like this. So yes, I really do like this style. I like this style because I think it's a little sturdier, and also because I think it's also a little neater. Now I can decorate this. I could use this yellow again. I just want to make sure that and it doesn't have to cover the whole thing. It could just cover part of it. Let me try to fold this straight. Do the best you can, Maggie. Do the best you can. That's my motto. Just do the best you can. Yeah, my daughter says, Mom, you're so nosy. And the baby is too. She is so nosy. Oh my gosh, that little one. She wants to know what's going on. But I think all growing babies really are that way when they get to a certain stage developmentally. They want to know what's going on in their world. That's how they learn. And they learn by watching those around them, you know, that care for them. So I've probably said this 3 times now. But I hope, well, I know I said it before, that you're having a good weekend, and that everyone's okay. Or everybody's more than okay. I was just fine when I first got up this morning. Why isn't this wanting to? Okay, so let me round this. I was just fine this morning when I got up and started eating. I ate my breakfast and all was good with the world. But then, for some reason, while I was eating my breakfast, I didn't get nauseated, but there, I like that a little bit better. I didn't get nauseated exactly, but I got this real dizzy feeling. It was not a good feeling. And I thought, what the world is going on with me? Well, within a few moments, I had a bad headache, a really bad headache. And I still have it right now. I'm just trying to do my best to just ignore it. So I shouldn't even talk about it. But if I seem quiet or it's not just that I'm trying to concentrate to make these. I've also got a pretty bad headache, so I mean, I don't know why I apologize for it. I can't help it, you know. They just come. And they go away just like they come. So I'm not going to worry about it. So I want to just make sure that this is on here nice and snug, because okay, so let me glue this down. But hidden paper clips are fun to make. I really do want to. I'm trying to figure out how to make some circle ones. Well, I figured it out, and I'm sure somebody else has figured it out as well. But that doesn't really matter. What matters is that I think I could really like them a lot. And all I did, but you need paper punches or a die where you could cut some circles out. I guess you could use a template. A template would work great, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, because you could just fold your paper and lay the template on the folded paper so that the top of the circle or part of the circle is on the fold. And when you cut around it, your template, or you've drawn it in, when you've cut around it, you don't cut all the way around. You leave a little bit at the top to make a hinge. And you need two, one slightly smaller than the other one, to go inside. One goes inside the other one. This isn't like this. And then your paper clip goes on the inside one. You glue it all together, and there you have a circle one. We could use a lot of we get a lot of little circles in the printable, the digital sometimes, and it's like, what do we do with these? Well, I've learned to embrace them and use them in my journals, decorating tags and some other things, pockets, because sometimes you don't get a lot of fussy cuts with some of the journals. Not all of the kits. Some of them are just jam-packed with fussy cuts. But the circle hidden paper clips would be absolutely fantastic. I think this needs a little bit more glue. Would be absolutely fantastic to use up some of those circles. And they have those drafters things. I think they're pretty cheap. The ones I've seen are usually like a green in color, and they've got all kinds of different sizes of circles. So there's another one. We have to decorate these, of course. And we'll try to decorate them after. I think I'm gonna stick with this particular style. I like that, the way it. Okay, so one side is shorter. I want to fold this straight. Stay in frame, Maggie. Stay in frame. Try to fold this straight. Give it a good crease. I don't know why I always grab. I've got like 3 bone folders sitting in front of me. I didn't do that very straight. But I always grab for one of these little things. It works just as well. Okay, now I'm going to fold this up like this. Is that right? Yeah. This takes a little bit more thought, I think, than these other ones do. I mean, these are really quick and simple. There's no doubt about that. My problem is here I put too much white glue. But these are really quick and simple, and you can do them in. These are equally as simple. It just depends on what you want. What you like the best. and they're basically the same. But like I said, if you want a tutorial on making paper clips, all you have to do is type in paper clips on the search, and you will get a ton of them. A ton of them. But they don't need to be complicated because they're pretty straightforward. And pretty darn straightforward. And how much decorating you want to do to them, that's entirely up to you. There's no rules or regulations. Which is such a beautiful thing about this form of art, junk journaling. I love it because, you know, you just kind of do your own thing. If anybody disagrees with me on that, please let me know. Get rid of some of these little pieces. Get them out of the way. I need to vacuum my little floor here, and I'll probably do that as soon as I'm done with this. Alright, so I'm going to cut my little slit. I love that. I am so happy that I saw that video this morning that I learned this little trick. I would have never thought to do this if I hadn't seen somebody else do it. So I will link her channel. She, of course, it was her first time making them. As well, but the ones she made were absolutely beautiful. Keep my fingers out of the way. Gotta keep the fingers out of the way. Oh, when I was first married, and you know, doing all my own cooking, I did some cooking at home, but not a lot really. My mom preferred to do it, and she did a lot of what she did either early in the morning or late at night. So, and she really didn't want us kids around when she was doing that kind of stuff. But as I got a little bit older, I tried to pay more attention and help her out whenever I could. My mom was such a good cook. My mom was so good at so many things. I mean, bless her heart, she could do a lot. But, you know, I tried to learn from her, but I didn't really cook until after I was married, and then, of course, it was my poor husband was the guinea pig. And actually, I turned out to be a pretty good cook. I don't like cooking anymore. We had adult foster care homes in Michigan for years and years. And I just grew so tired because I just was cooking all the time and for so many people. And whenever there was a family get-together, like a dinner, I always was the one that did the cooking. You know, I didn't mind it. I actually did enjoy it. But I'm so thankful now that my son-in-law enjoys cooking and prepares most of our meals. He's a good cook. He says he enjoys it. I hope he does. Darren, I hope you really enjoy it. But he's such a blessing, and I'm so glad that he's able to do that and is willing to do it because, oh, heaven help the rest of the family if it was up to me to do the cooking. I just am not interested in doing it anymore. But what I was really going to talk about was cutting myself, being careful with this little knife, because I cannot tell you how many times I sliced my fingers with a knife, you know, cooking knife, or not a cooking knife, but you know, a paring knife, or whatever kind of knife I was using. I was just cutting my fingers open all the time. And I finally got some wits about me and became way more careful, but boy, oh boy, I was constantly calling, David, come and help me, I'm bleeding. Well, of course I wasn't bleeding to death, but it felt like it because it hurt like the dickens. Of course, fortunately nothing was ever serious. I mean, I never had to go to the ER. I certainly wasn't bleeding to death, you know. I wasn't a nurse yet, of course. Just a young wife trying to find my way. And yeah, it was a learning process, like, you know, so many things in life are. It's kind of learn as you go. Now, how long have we been at here? Oh, 36 minutes, that's not too bad. I could have cut these pieces a little bit longer. Maybe 5.5 inches. But this will be okay. Let me try to fold these as straight as I can. Stay on the mat, Maggie. So I'm going to go ahead and chop these corners off. This was some paper that they were digital that I printed out that were from my my lighthouse journal. Boy, that was a night. I love lighthouses. I always had a fascination with lighthouses, and I used to collect them, but I really don't collect anything anymore. You know, we moved a lot, and it was just the idea that, you know, these things always had to be packed up, and I probably still have some back in Michigan in storage, but I had a fascination with lighthouses, and it was kind of like a dream, you know, that I wanted to live in a lighthouse one day. Well, I don't think that that's going to happen now. And my husband, he was, you know, he was all for it. I mean, you know, we had that adventuresome spirit in our marriage, and so yeah, he would have lived in a lighthouse, but it just never happened. Yeah, that was my dream, to be that close. I love the ocean. It's so healing. It's just such a wonder to me. This is not centered. So yeah, so the lighthouse journal was a lot of fun for me to make, and I probably will make another one of them before the year is out. I still have quite a few journals in my to-do bucket. I don't know that I'm going to do that anymore, I may just pick the one that I want to work on and at that particular time, because, you know, inspiration comes when inspiration comes, and I may be inspired today to work on the nursing journal, to make a nursing journal. This is not centered, but I'm not going to worry about it. But tomorrow I'll be inspired you know, it just comes in waves. You gotta just kind of go with it. So do I have any more of these long strips? Yeah, I do. But I do need to make a couple of black and white ones, and all that I have cut, where's the black? I thought I had some black and white strips. These are not very sturdy. This paper is not what I'd call sturdy. And I don't know if it will make a good, it's not too bad. I mean, it's not copy weight, paper weight, but it's not real thick. I may need to print something out. Oh wait, maybe I have something over here. That's not double-sided either. Oh, this is double-sided. How wide is this? This is 11 inches. This might work. I need to cut this edge off of here. Oh, I hate to drag out my cutter, but that's what I gotta do. Because I need at least one black and white one. I really wanted a couple of them, but I'm afraid that that paper is just not gonna do the trick. I should have really thought about that. But I have not made paper clips in a few months. And well, this is actually a lot better. This is really thin. Well, what am I going to do? This weight would be better. That's not double-sided. Oh, Maggie. That's double-sided, but I don't think it's long enough. Well, it's 6 inches. I'm going to use this. And I'm going to just make the one that I fold over. Like this. Okay, so this could probably go on here. I just need to cut it down a little bit. Or this could go in here. Ooh, that's pretty loud, isn't it? Holy schmoly. Alright, well let's just cut this down a bit. So this is, let's cut it down to 2 1/4. Now I'm talking to myself, I'm sorry. This needs a little bit. I could use my scissors for this. Not long. I had scissors right there, Maggie. Oh boy. Yeah, so I dream of living in lighthouses. You never know, it might. It might come true. You should never lose hope. We should never lose hope. Yeah, I definitely have to figure out where I'm sure I can get these on Amazon. I really like these little daubers a lot. And I think they were pretty affordable as well. So this was just, my tried and true ticking paper. I love this paper pack. I've used it a lot since I really have gotten my money's worth out of this purchase. I really and truly have. There's been some things, things that I've purchased on Etsy, on digitals. It's hard to see a digital when you're just looking at a small piece of it on screen. You're not seeing the full impact of it. There's some that I have definitely been disappointed in. But I would say the ones that I've been truly happy with far outweigh the ones that I haven't been. And I know and that's something else I need to get better at is leaving reviews and likes for these creators that are creating these beautiful digitals, because I am almost positive there's a lot of work involved, and I feel if we purchase it and we like it, we owe it to that creator to at least let them know that you liked it, that I liked it. So that's something that I'm going to admit I'm weak in that, but I intend to work on it, because but oh dear, the blade came out. What am I going to do now? How did that happen? Oh, maybe I fixed it. This is supposed to lock right in here someplace, but I just can't get it to do there. I'm going to try my best to improve in that area. Because that's probably some way that how Etsy puts their products in the, when you're hunting for something, it probably has something to do with that. I don't know. I am contemplating opening up a Yahtzee. Oh, Maggie, get with the program here. An Etsy shop sometime in the near future. I have a lot of journals that I would like to list. I have a lot of journals that I'd like to list. So I must not have pressed record. My battery died right in the middle of a word. I don't know how long I was on, but when I removed the battery, it was very warm, which tells me it was probably an hour. And that is too long, so I'm going to get off of here. This little black and white one is glued together. It needs some decorating, and I've made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I would have liked to have gotten more made, but I may sit here for a while and decorate these and make a couple of more. So anyway, enjoy your day, whatever day of the week it is, and be blessed. I pray for y'all, and just enjoy, have a good time crafting, a good time with your family. And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Bye.